Good afternoon, Speed Gaming 2. That's right. Bringing you Super Metroid Triple Bingo Tournament qualifiers on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. My name is the Hockey Towner, and I'm joined by the one, the only Tracy M. How's it going, Tracy?
Going great. Looking forward to another bingo qualifier. Today we got Maniacal versus Toasty amongst our many people in the qualifier race. Looks like a total of 15 entrants today.
All right, 15 that are going to be vying to enter this tournament proper, make it into the main bracket. This is the fourth qualifier. And Tracy, how many more are there? Are there two more qualifiers?
Two more next weekend. Friday night, I believe, at 8 o'clock, and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Those times, of course, Eastern. So not too late if you still want to do it. For those of you maybe watching, wondering if you maybe can enter, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Super Metroid community is wonderful, inclusive, always supportive. If you have any inkling to want to join the qualifiers, try to make it into the tournament proper, you absolutely should. But we're just going to see if we can get this card going. Otherwise, Tracy and I are going to do our absolute best to describe it to you in excruciating detail.
We'll do our best. Yeah, the card. Yeah, Link Force, our tracker, has already put the card in the chat. If you'd like to look at it on your own, we'll have her do that a few times, and maybe one of us will do it. If not, so you can keep an eye on it. But yeah, some interesting things here. We do have. I guess I'll just go ahead and read off the rows if that. I don't know how much that helps. We have in row 1, finish in a Shine Spark or Crystal Flash. Skip Wave Beam, defeat Spore Spawn, collect Spring Ball, or defeat Dragon. That means you can do one or the other. You don't have to do both. Visit all 3 Brinstar Energy Recharge Stations. Okay, and that's row 1. So row 2, Meridia Reserve Tank. That's the one in the Sand Pit. 9+ energy tanks, finish in Metal Pirate Room. Collect only one of Wave or Charge. And then 75+ missiles. And then row 3, 8 energy tanks, skip space, or collect all 40 Meridian missiles. Hope you know where they are. Wreck Ship Map Station, collect all 15 Brinstar Supers. That 40 Meridian missiles being the center squares. We might see a few people do it just because of its location. Row 4, collect Grapple Beam or Wreck Ship Energy Tank. Collect 10 Wreck Ship missiles. Defeat Croc or skip high jump boot. And skip high jump boots, which means you have to do both of those things. Both Brinstar missile recharge stations, collect both Meridia Energy Tanks. And finally, row 5, Criteria Map Station. Collect Plasma Beam and skip Space Jump, Norfair Reserve Tank, or Wreck Ship Reserve Tank. Collect all 5 Brinstar Energy Tanks and Ice Beam. So, some definite interesting combinations here.
Oh, no question about it. Thank you, Tracy, so much for going through the card. We'll see as this qualifying race unfolds if we can get it up on the restream. It's not for lack of trying, I promise you, viewers. But let's talk about these runners that are have the privilege, honor of being on the restream. We've got Maniacal versus Toasty broadcast into your television screens, viewers.
Yep, 2 long-time Super Metroid runners, Maniacal, both long-time randomizer runners, probably more doing the random stuff than the main stuff, but both usually enter a lot of the tournaments. Both entered the DAB tournament that was 2 years ago. I don't remember how far either one of them got, to be honest, because that was a while ago. Both very competent runners, and it will be interesting to see what choices they make. I don't know if either one of them. Maniacal, I know, is not, in general, a new route runner, but could certainly do it if he needed to. It'll be interesting to see if either one of them decides to go up and do Wreck Ship stuff. This one does not have a suit tile. One of the tiles that comes up sometimes is either skip gravity, pick up just one of gravity or varia, and the other one would be skip varia and pick up gravity. And that one's not here, so that one especially rewards you for going to the Wreck Ship early, so they may choose not to.
For sure, Tracy. So I feel like this card, while I don't have a lot of bingo experience, oh no, viewers, that's right. They still let me do commentary. It's hard to believe. But so looking at this card, I feel like you mentioned New Route, Tracy, and I feel like going Fantune first on this card would be hugely beneficial to any of these runners, to either the Restream runners or the ones in the rest of the qualifying race room, because so much has to do with Meridia, including that center square.
Yeah, the Meridia, it's really hard in these to skip gravity suit. It is possible on a rare occasion that you'll get a card, especially when you have to do 3 rows. When you add that 3rd row, it just makes it extra hard to avoid Meridia. Most runners don't want to do large amounts of Meridia and do Lower Norfair. This is not a heavy Lower Norfair seed or card. Except I believe just finished in Metal Pirate Room is the only thing I'm seeing here that screams Lower Norfair. So definitely incentivized to do stuff in Meridia. So gonna need that gravity suit most likely.
For sure, for sure. We just saw Toasty visit the Criteria map station. He has cemented that bottom left corner. So that first column, last row, and the what would you call it? The bottom left, upper right diagonal are definitely available to Toasty now.
Yeah, it's one of those things that he may not even use that tile, but it's right on the way of the climb, so a lot of runners will just pick it up just in case they decide to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Maniacal finishing off Bomb Terizo, picking up those bombs, the very useful item in Super Metroid. Toasty still has to do the same. He did go to that Criteria map station first. So I'm just going to take a minute and pull up the proper card that has our wonderful tracker link for us, tracking and selecting the different squares as our runners complete them. Maniacal looks like he's going back down. Oh, he's going for the map station now.
Yeah, he's decided he wants it too. Not too far out of the way to get it. This could be either I've decided I do want to do it, or it could still be a I'm going to hedge my bets just in case I want it.
Well, it's like the old cliche, Tracy. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Exactly. Very well said. Okay, Toasty. Of course, we're going to run into this E-Tank. There's a couple of E-Tank requirements. We have a 9 energy tank, an 8 energy tank, and collect all 5 Brinstar energy tanks. It would be interesting to see if any of the runners decide to pair some of those together.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I feel like the 8 and 9 they dovetail so perfectly. I mean, what's 9 energy tanks to 8?
You would think that, but when you're searching for that 9th energy tank to try and get one more, it's not always trivial. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I feel like energy tanks beget more energy tanks sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's more specific to Rando than the vanilla game.
Yeah, it certainly makes the run pretty safe if you do one of those cards. I'll tell you though, it's better than having to do some of the missile collection where you can't always this is not like randomizer where we have the total number of missiles showing. We only see the total number they have at the moment. We don't see their max total, so it does make it a little bit more difficult. This is because we want players to be able to use the regular cartridge, so we can't have them using special ROMs that allow for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. No flash cart requirements for this tournament. You heard it here first, viewers. And here, Toasty looks like he's headed to
he's going for the missile refill station.
That missile recharge. I love the play. You see Maniacal getting those early supers. Definitely a vital sequence break, and going with the reserve tank here. Or
also, I like that he knew where it was. It's not unusual for runners to see some of those things on their cards and be like, where is that?
You talking about the missile recharge
missile
station?
Recharge station, energy recharge station, map station,
Map
you know.
Station, yeah. It's kind of like Tom Jones, it's like it's not unusual to forget where map stations are. Oh, that doesn't really work, but that's okay. It's all in fun. It's all in good fun, and that's the best part about Super Metroid tournaments is, usually they're just for bragging rights. This one is no exception, but our runners are definitely off to a good start here. But still curious what they're going to do. And it's like we talked about earlier, Tracy, that I feel like this seed is a little bit Meridia heavy. And so I think we're really going to see some fireworks. We're really going to see some squares just topple over and get revealed quickly once our runners have gravity suit.
Yeah, and Toasty grabbing that charge beam, that's sometimes something you might skip if it's not on the card. We do have collect only one of wave or charge beam, so Toasty may be eyeing that. So as long as he doesn't notice that one says collect only one of wave beam or charge, So that means if either one of the runners who have now both picked up Charge Beam picks up Wave Beam, they will lose that square.
That's right. That's a very good point, Tracy. And it's like you're so used to playing vanilla or so used to playing rando, so used to a certain item loadout that you might even make that mistake without thinking. And it's like you can't go into the menu and turn off wave
Nope,
and
doesn't work that way.
Get that card back.
Yeah. I mean, it's triple bingo, so the it's kind of a good news, bad news thing. So like with triple bingo, if you mess up a row, column, diagonal like that, then you can just switch to another one. It's not like our previous tournaments have been double anti-bingo where there's a specific row assigned to you. So that makes it so there's that advantage. But sometimes trying to figure out what 3 rows to do is actually more difficult because you're not forced to do a row. So no, in Dab, somebody tells you have to do a particular row, column, or diagonal, and you just say, okay, what do I pair this up with? And I think in some ways that's a more difficult challenge than trying to do the row that somebody assigns to you.
Absolutely. Triple bingo is kind of the free-form jazz type of bingo. Runners have to get very creative to try to complete 3 columns, rows, or diagonals as quickly as possible. And here we see some major route divergence, Tracy. Toasty going into Kraid's warehouse, Maniacal heading upstairs, up the red tower to get those alpha power bombs. So I'm curious to see if he's going to commit and head to the wrecked ship.
Yeah, looks like Toasty. Oh, looks like we almost have a card. So awesome. Toasty wants that refill station. We have both the energy and the missile one, so he might actually get both of those. We'll need 2 more energy refill. I didn't see if he went into the Slaughter's refill, but he certainly can't have gotten the Decora refill because he needs speed booster for that. But and that might be why he's going down first, or even just an excuse. Like he might also just not be comfortable with early Fantoon, which is fair. I personally would not be comfortable doing early Fantoon, so I would also be going down. Maniacal, you see, is taking a save, so while he's obviously comfortable enough to go for the early Fantoon, not comfortable to do it without some sort of safety save. So you see, new route. Old route runners trying to do the new routes just makes it a little interesting. Toasty picking up his various suit.
That's right. Saw a beautiful textbook charge beam Kraid quick kill there from Toasty. Maniacal going with some power bombs, loading up on power bombs here, getting those betas. But yeah, it looks like Maniacal is committing to going to wreck ship early. So like you said, Tracy, hats off. I'm barely comfortable with Fantoon and old route, let alone new route. So hats off to Maniacal for the gutsy play. But don't count Toasty out, because Toasty has definitely looked like he's assembling his game plan.
Well, and to that point, if you're not comfortable doing the early wreck ship play, you'll probably lose more time trying to force it on yourself than you will doing what Toasty's doing and going down first. So, you got to know when you do these cards, you need to look at your strengths and yeah, obviously, if you're able to do these plays, you should do them. Maniacal, I've seen do these kind of plays in randomizer all the time, so he's definitely comfortable with it. But it's not something he does in terms of in a speedrunner sense.
For sure. You saw him getting his setup to run through the door and execute that continuous wall jump or CWJ. Oh, Maniacal taking a little dip into the moat. And to your point, Trace, I think it's an excellent topic to bring up. The moat is punishing in new route, especially if you don't have an abundance of experience. Looks like Maniacal committed to getting that CWJ. The horizontal bomb jump or HBJ is also very difficult to get across the moat. We see Toasty now with a beautiful mock ball underneath those gates, pre-ice beam room. So he's definitely going to cross. He's going for the corners. He's going to get that lower right corner now.
Yeah, gonna get that ice beam. Ooh, Maniacal had the first part of the jump and then failed the second part of the jump. To your point about the horizontal bomb jump, most people will say that the horizontal bomb jump is the harder one to learn, but the easier one to become consistent at. There's a reason why it's a backup in a new route run, and it's not unusual to see, the best players in the world when they do new route fail the CWJ and use the horizontal bomb jump as a backup. Maniacal, again, more of a randomizer runner, more of a new. If he runs any percent at all, it's definitely not his favorite. He'll run old route for the most part. There he has it. Awesome.
Maniacal sticks it And Toasty with
So
a really nice short hop mock ball to get underneath that gate on the, I
yeah.
should say the ice beam exit.
So in a randomizer sense, you're probably not going to have bombs when you have to do this. So you're just going to do a CWJ. So you're not going to have that bombs backup. So if that's where you're doing this from, it makes sense to just keep going for that continuous wall jump.
No, for sure. That's an excellent point, Tracy. But viewers, if you're new to Super Metroid speedrunning or Triple Bingo, whichever, it can't be understated just how challenging that continuous wall jump is. I think it's like a double 2-frame window for both
Ooh.
jumps. Very
I
challenging.
think Toasty is going for that defeat Croc and skip high jump boots because you see he did not get high jump boots and he had to, which means you have to bomb jump up that. There's a few other ways to get up there. You could use the ice beam to freeze the little Nova or whatever it's called to get up and wall jump off of him. There's a few other ways, but probably the fastest way if you can get the bomb jump right away is that IBJ.
Very
And
nice.
Maniacal in the Fantoon fight.
Fantoon, a nice fast pattern here for Maniacal. I was going to say, be kind to Maniacal, Fantoon. We
Okay,
want
that
to
looked like a
see.
good first run.
Yeah, that was a great Doppler. Using those Doppler missiles to great effect. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be a really tidy 3-round for Maniacal. Hopefully that wasn't a commentator curse, but Toasty gonna boost his speed here by getting the speed booster item. Beautiful.
That was a
fight from
really nice
Maniacal.
fight from Maniacal. He
Yeah,
didn't
that
have to save. There was no worries there.
no, none whatsoever.
No problem. Very nicely
know?
done.
Maybe the save was less about Fantoon and more about like potentially losing like 5 minutes to mode or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
or honestly, for me personally, if I'm in a situation where you feel safer with that save in your back pocket, and just makes it a little bit easier. Just knowing that if things go wrong, you're not going to lose all your progress.
Oh yeah,
And we
for
get a wreck
sure.
ship map station check.
Wreck ship map station only ever really seen in bingo or 100% map completion.
Well, heck, any map station.
Excellent point. But yeah, what's nice about that on the bingo card is you don't actually have to download the map. You
Nope.
just have to view it. You just have
That's
to get
right.
into the room. Toasty kind of on this typical Norfair cleanup, although without, as you said, Tracy, without high jump boots, Maniacal looks like he's going for those wreck ship supers, the right side supers, as it were.
Yeah, we do have the collect 10 wreck ship super missiles, and it is faster to go ahead and get the one on the right first, so we'll see if he goes and gets the one on the left.
Yeah, that's a good card
And
to have.
Toasty's going to lose that square. It looks like he's going to go ahead and get that wave beam, but if he's not going for that row, or column, or diagonal, then that's fine.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. But 10 wreck ship supers for Maniacal. But curious if he's going to grab that E-tank.
I hope not.
On
I
a
mean,
one tank, yeah.
it's such a dangerous room. We call it Spiky Room of Death for a reason. We did see Apathy Duck, unfortunately, went for that E-tank, and it ended his run. And Maniacal
my God.
he's going for it now. He's got a save. Apathy Duck did not have a save. Without high jump boots, you're gonna have to do this little bomb jump here.
Yeah, that room, that sponge bath pre-spiky room of death, that is such a tough room, but Maniacal made it look so smooth. Really nice movement from him. Looks like Toasty.
I actually find that bomb jump isn't that bad. You need to take like a half hour to learn it if you're gonna use it. And it's very useful in randomizer. And like I said earlier, Maniacal, a veteran of Rando, both in the SM and the SMZ3, so it does a lot of these things.
No question about it. But Toasty no slouch either in the Rando.
Oh, not at all.
Definitely
well, at least not on the
very
SM side of things.
Ooh. Maniacal just barely had that wall jump save there to get that E-tank. Uh-oh.
Kill the fish. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, this is... Oh, what a leap of faith to clear those spikes. 64 energy, but he does have a reserve tank. Gonna dust himself off and try that again, Tracy. You'd love
This is not a trivial jump here. Okay, he's fine.
Wonderful job from Maniacal. Toasty heading downtown, though, through Bubble Mountain. He's cleared out speed booster, and wave beam. So yeah, I think you're right, Tracy. He's going straight for Croc.
Yeah, Toasty, one of the always bet on Croc people, so this kind of makes sense that he'd go for it. And the wave beam, honestly, for him, if he's not going to worried about that one tile, um, it will make it made that gate didn't have to gate glitch, so no doubt he could do it. It comes up all the time. I keep talking about randomizer, and to be clear, bingo is not randomizer. One thing that is very similar to randomizer is that we have you get runners put in situations that you wouldn't normally see runners put in the vanilla game. And that's what I like about both those categories is you get to see a lot of improv strats, a lot of new things, a lot of things that come out of it. But it is a very different beast because it is still all the items are still in the right place. You don't have there isn't such thing as a gamble in bingo like there is in a randomizer that can bail you out of mistakes. So really, it's a lot more about execution than about any kind of it's execution and routing in the sense of like a speed run route rather than routing in the sense of trying to maximize getting your items.
Well said, Tracy. Well said. Yeah, the routing is definitely this is one of the more cerebral categories of Super Metroid.
Oh, for sure.
And it's the how can I string together 3 of these rows, columns, or diagonals on this card as fast as possible. And you know, we've seen a lot of runners that complete their card, they get their 3 or their 2 if they're playing double anti, and still end up losing the race just because the rows or columns they chose were just a little bit slower, you know. So it requires a huge amount of game knowledge, which both of these runners, as well as really anybody in the qualifier, has. But it's exciting. It's exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last dangerous part of this whole trip, the room before bowling, Maniacal with that extra energy tank had enough energy to take 3 hits at 60 HP apiece. So it was good that he had that extra energy. That room is another run killer for new route runners. So he gets through it, and now he'll have his shiny new gravity suit and get to move on.
Oh yeah, get that beautiful purple paint job on that suit, and also be able to move through the watery depths of Meridia without any impediment whatsoever.
Ooh, Toasty gonna go ahead and pick up this grapple beam, so yeah. he may want this for spring ball.
I like this play a lot. He just was so close to getting that jump, just barely missed it.
Yeah, without high jump boots, it's a much more precise jump than with high jump boots. So it's not with high jump boots, it's completely free. Without, sure, you have to jump at the right spot, or you're not gonna quite make it. But it looks like he's got it this time.
Beautiful, beautiful second try from Toasty. Maniacal waving goodbye to the wrecked ship. Probably gonna make a beeline for Meridia. Toasty with grapple beam now. Yeah, curious if he's going to commit to defeating Dragon or if we're going to see Spring Ball pick up, because it's or.
Yeah, it is or. I don't know if you're going to go all the way out of the way for that grapple beam. I sure hope he's going to go ahead and get Spring Ball. On the other hand, he doesn't have high jump boots, and that's not free either. No. Getting into the spring ball area without high jump boots, I actually find the ice clip easier than I find trying to make that jump without high jump boots. So we'll see what he chooses to do.
Oh, for sure. So Maniacal looks like he's heading to Gauntlet. This is a tricky set of wall jumps, but certainly with his rando prowess, certainly capable, as we just see him.
Yeah, it's kind of a must-have skill for randomizer. So oh, yeah. He shows it's no problem for him.
Well, I'm looking at the card, Tracy, and it's filling up pretty quick. We see Maniacal's got 3 out of 5 squares on a diagonal and a column.
Yeah, I think he may be going for some of those energy tanks. Maybe going for the Brinstar energy tanks, possibly also. He's probably not going for the Brinstar energy refill stations. Because he doesn't have speed booster and won't be able to pick up the Decora one. So, right. But let's see. Let's see if he were to do row 2. Row 2 looks unfortunately that diagonal, that bottom left, top right, will only be available to him if he decides to pick up the speed booster. So that could be a problem. But that he's got a couple of squares in row 4. And if he wants to defeat Crocomire, he's got most of column 2. So column 2 and column 1 actually for him look really good because that's the 8 and the 9 plus energy tanks. Murdy Reserve is just go down the sand pit, finish in a Shine Spark or a Crystal Flash. Well, he'll obviously have to do the Crystal Flash. And collecting all 5 Brinstar energy tanks. I mean, that's part of your energy tank. So I feel like he's going to do column 1, column 2, and row 5. That's my guess. Toasty going up to the wreck ship, it looks like. Like you said earlier, probably not going to be able to avoid that.
Yeah, Toasty is definitely off to a good start too. He's got row 4 and row 5 almost locked down, but definitely not easy squares left in either of those rows for him.
Yeah, the 10 wreck ship missiles are very easy to get once you do Fantoon. Both Meridian energy tanks means killing Botswoon, and if he also does the collect all 5 Brinstar energy tanks, that's getting him really close to both that 8 and that 9, so he could choose one of the columns that we talked about, that Maniacal. Actually, you can't do column 2, you'd have to do column 1, because Skip Wave Beam is no longer on the table for Toasty.
Right. So it looks like Maniacal not only enhancing the energy tanks he's picked up, but also looking at that square about the Brinstar Supers, because he's at the bottom of Bryn. Gonna, wave to the Edacoons, our favorite character in the whole game. Said nobody ever. Nope, just leaping over that hidden pit and just getting the heck out of Dodge. So
That hidden pit, the troll of many a casual player.
Oh, Toasty with a little bit of a spark into the ceiling. He was just looking for weaknesses. He's doing some criteria inspection here on the weekend while he runs this card, but he's across the moat and the ocean.
Yeah, much easier for him because he's got speed booster. The Fantoon will be much easier with Various Suit and 4 E-tanks. So very much a safer situation for Toasty than it was for Maniacal. Okay, I wonder if this is the pause to figure out what I am doing. You see that is a very much a bingo thing. It could be like Maniacal. I don't think is the type that is going to need to pause to figure out where something is, but he's definitely gonna, pausing to figure out what the best thing to do is very much a thing that bingo players do a lot because not always obvious.
Oh, no question about it, Tracy. It just kind of angled down, and Samus adopts a pose kind of like Rodin's famous sculpture, The Thinker. But you just have a little think about it, collect yourself, be like, all right, what have I done? What do I need to do? Kind of take inventory of the bingo card.
Okay, so that should be all 15 Brinstar Super Missiles from Maniacal. Maybe that he's gonna do instead of column 2, maybe he does row 3. So that might be.
Row 3 does look good, except for that center square. That center square is
one of
the most punishing center squares I've ever seen, and I haven't seen that many, but still.
Well, anytime you're going to collect all the missiles in one area, not only is it punishing in that it's a lot of collection, but it's punishing in that you need to know exactly where all those missiles are. And, you think about it, 40 Meridian missiles, that's 8 packs. When I think about it, I don't feel like there are 8 packs, but of course there are. So, and it gets you all the way over to Dragon for the precious missiles, and then a couple of sand pits, which are a pain in the what to get to. So definitely not a fun card, not a fun square.
Yeah, that's right. It's both sand pits to get those missile packs.
It sure is.
Street, you gotta have speed, precious room, so you gotta go to Dragon. You have to defeat Botoon.
You don't have to have speed because
that's true.
Yeah, he can do the snail clip, and I guarantee you, Maniacal is well versed in doing the snail clip. So
for sure.
If he's going for those Meridian missiles, he's not getting speed booster. He's getting snail clip.
No doubt about it. But we saw, just backtracking a little bit, chat pointing out, Toasty had a wonderful X Factor Fantoon. He's got that wave beam using that special beam combo, and he's got both super missiles in the wreck ship. So that's another.
I'm going to point out that Maniacal has picked up 3 power bomb packs. So that would also possibly indicate that finish in a Shine Spark or Crystal Flash tile.
That's true. He's
doing the classic randomizer D boost for that E-tank.
You love to see it. No high jump required. Gets that
Yeah.
energy tank. So
Chat
he's
rightly pointing out that he does need speed if he wants to get those 40 Meridian missiles. So I'm guessing he's not doing that. Because, I talked about the snail clip, and that's great for the super missile, but we do have the Main Street missiles, which, as far as I know, we have not found a way to get those without speed boosters. So sometimes chat is smarter than we are.
Oh, absolutely. I always refer to them as kind of the gap fillers in my lack of knowledge in this game. If we don't know, chat will know. Someone in chat will know for sure.
Someone will correct us. That's right.
Although some of the heavy hitters are running in this qualifying match, so maybe I don't know. I'm not saying that chat is a little thin on game knowledge today, but the people that always have the answer, they're running in this race.
Yep, yes they are. And actually, Maniacal is one of those people that would have that kind of knowledge too. So.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It amazes me just the popularity, the enduring popularity of this game, the different varieties and modes of play to keep it fresh, and yeah, 2021 never looked better from a Super Metroid standpoint.
Absolutely. Okay, Maniacal done with his Bryn cleanup, I believe. Looks like he has all his Brinstar energy tanks.
He's sitting at 6 right now, looking for 2 more to get that square.
Get that 8 energy tanks, yeah.
But
yeah, the thing I don't like about Column 2 isn't even the 9 energy tanks. It's the collect plasma and skip space jump. In particular, the collect plasma, because that is another way of saying you have to go kill Dragon.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you don't even get to reward yourself. You don't even you get half the reward. You don't even get the full reward of defeating Dragon.
You have to kill Dragon. You don't get the space jump. Let's see if Maniacal is going to go ahead and pick up the high jump boots. I don't see him killing Croc, so there's no penalty for him picking those up, and that's his 7th E-tank. So getting close to that 8 number that looks like he's going for.
For sure. Gonna get those fresh kicks, gonna have some Mondo jumping ability. And I think Toasty now is gonna be heading to Gauntlet to grab an E-tank. It's my guess anyway, I could be wrong.
Yeah, this would be the way to go to get to that. He certainly... Oh, no, he's running right by it. Well, there's other energy tanks. There's 14 of them in the game.
There are that one. Thanks for the save, Tracy. There are 14 energy tanks, but my goodness. Toasty just making me into a liar. No, we love Toasty. He's a great runner.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to collect all 5 Brinstar energy tanks, that should get him pretty close to the 8 or the 9. I'm not sure which ones he's already picked up. Certainly he's already picked up... No, wait. I don't think he may not have picked up any of the Brinstar energy tanks yet, so 5 more would get him at a really good number.
For sure. So chat with a really good question. It's already been answered, but it bears repeating. Do you have to finish the game in Triple Bingo? And the answer is no. You just have to finish the 3 columns, rows, or diagonals.
Yeah, it depends on how you define the game. The game, to me, is the Triple Bingo game. But no, you don't have to kill Mother Brain. That is
right.
There is a weird niche case that I don't think it can actually come up, but there is a tile that's visit the animals, and if you beat the game and save the animals, that would count.
Oh yeah, that would.
But no one is going to do that.
It's kind of the
one. Visit them and just go say hi to the Decora and go say hi to the Etacoons,
From a time standpoint, completing Torian and defeating Mother Brain and on the escape, finding the animals and finishing your card there, that's kind of the time version of Pennywise and Pound Foolish.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see it just for the memes. I think it would be an incredible play to watch unfold.
Oh, Maniacal is going to get that speed booster, so it may very well be that he is going to do that, collect all 40 Meridian missiles, maybe once that bottom left, top right diagonal. No, probably not doing the Brinstar, so he's probably column 3 is defeat Spore Spawn. He's not doing that. But he basically has row 3. If he does those missiles, so I think he is going to go for that tile. It's just so hard to avoid the center tile.
No, for sure. But Toasty is really looking like he's going to be finishing up row 4. He just got to make a absolute beeline to Meridia and get all of the energy tanks. But
yeah, and to answer the question in chat, why did Maniacal skip the missiles in near high jump boots? Because he doesn't need them. And it's a 7-second fanfare, and every second counts. So no reason to pick them up if you don't need them. So he's just jumped right over them. The only missiles he's going to care about is the Meridian missiles. There's no other reason he picks up that speed booster other than because he wants to do those Meridian missiles. I mean, or the Brinstar Energy Recharge Station. But that's way out of the way for him at this point.
Gotta get those Main Street missiles, and he is heading back up through Business Center. Gonna be heading to Meridia. Meanwhile, Toasty clearing out Big Pink, getting that wave tank. And, yeah, looking like he's gonna be grabbing the Waterway E-tank as well.
Yep. And, yeah, Maniacal wasn't able to get this, and, yeah, it's another one. So not gonna probably go back for that. Collect all 5 Brinstar energy tanks. It looks like Toasty is gonna do this one. Let's see. Maniacal gonna go for the short charge here. This is a very tight short charge. Looks like he's gonna go for a better short charge. Neither one of these is the intended way to charge for this item. But that's the short charge off the ledge is much more forgiving. It's just a simple 2-tap. I believe the one on the ground is a stutter 3, so definitely an easier one to do here.
Stutter 3 is pretty challenging, but that backup is
I can't do it.
practicable for sure. Yeah, I mean, I can't either, but who are we kidding? But I've certainly done the so-called backup, you know. That's how you tell an elite runner from a neophyte or from a less experienced one, is when the backup strat is the primary strat sometimes. That's how you can tell. So I just gave myself up there, Tracy, but that's okay. But Maniacal gonna be getting that 8th.
There's that 8th E-tank.
Yeah, and getting his second of 8 missile pickups.
Yep, second of 8 Meridia missiles. You will have to get the 2 in the sand pit, the 1 in the watering hole, the 1 in the aqueduct, precious missiles, and I'm probably forgetting. Oh, beach. That's the other one. That's the one I missed.
Beach in the watering hole, plus precious. Oh my goodness, yeah. Maniacal's gonna be in Meridia for a minute here.
yeah, he is. Yeah, that's what happens with some of these cards. The nice thing about picking up Speed Booster, in the end, in some sense, it may just even pay for itself because, not just in terms of the missile pickups, but it just makes Meridia so much easier to traverse. So it's probably just as well that he went ahead and got it. For
sure. So I think Maniacal's got this. I think he's cracked the Da Vinci Code here because he's going to collect all 40 Meridia missiles. In the process, he's going to grab that Meridia tank. He has enough Shine Spark ammo, and he has Speed Booster. But those visit all 3, that's going to be a tough one. That's gonna require some backtracking.
I feel like he might have made the same mistake I did in thinking of the Meridia missiles, because he was very consciously picking up enough power bombs to do a crystal flash. But it turns out if he's gonna go ahead and do that column 2. Probably the last thing he does is collect Plasma Beam, and you can do a Shine Spark in that room. And with that Speed Booster, it just kind of makes more sense to go ahead and do a Shine Spark than it is to take the chance of damaging yourself down around a bunch of angry pirates to do a Crystal Flash. So
yeah, that's definitely a risky proposition, but no need to with that Speed Booster pickup. But Toasty looked like he wanted to go upstairs up the Red Tower, and now he's heading to Meridia. Gonna blow open that tube if he hasn't already. But Maniacal's making really short work of these missiles. He's already picked up, I think, 4 of them, so he's halfway there. He's about to be 5 out of 8.
5. And then the 2 sand pits and the precious room. So we'll see how he routes this. Maybe does one of the sand pits now. Actually, no. It probably does more of a hundo route where you go... well, maybe. Let's see if he picks up one of them now. No, it looks like he's going for one now.
Yeah.
Because you could go and hit one of these and then go to Plasma afterwards. If he is indeed going to go ahead and kill Dragon. Or if the... Actually, let's see, where is he at? Yeah, that diagonal's still not available. Yeah, that Brinstar Energy Recharge Station has flown. Not gonna happen.
Right. I don't know if Toasty's gonna be getting these Meridia missiles. I know he's got 9 E-tanks. So maybe he's going row 4, row 5, column 2.
Yeah, I think, well, he can't do column 2 because he has Wave Beam.
Oh, that's right.
But he can do column 1.
He could do column 1. So
he can do column 1. Because he can get this reserve tank that Maniacal's picking up right now. Finishing a Shine Spark or Crystal Flash is easy. He's got, all he needs to do is collect Plasma Beam for the bottom row. So I feel like that may be his plan.
Very good, very good. So where are all the Meridia energy tanks? I know there's one at Botoon. There's one in.
There's only 2, so
There is
Mama
only
Turtle
two.
and
Okay.
Botswoon.
So if he's gonna defeat Botoon, he's gonna go ahead and defeat Dragon anyway.
Well,
You
it's certainly, I mean, you're
might as
close
well.
to
Yeah.
it, so you
It's
may as
in the
well, yeah.
neighborhood, It's like when you're on a road trip,
Yep.
Tracy, and you see the world's largest ball of twine, and then
Yeah.
you stop at the
Yep.
next tourist trip.
Yeah, you see those signs for something like that, yeah.
The mystery spot. That's a famous one in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. But I digress. Toasty's gonna be setting up for a little X Factor on Botoon here. Going with the
Yeah.
standard X Factor, landing all 4 particles.
Fortunately with that charge beam won't soft lock. We'll have to use charge shots from here though, because out of ammo otherwise.
Yeah, totally depleted his ammunition. But Maniacal used a little green gate glitch there to get back to Main Street. And got to be heading back to Aqueduct, I suppose, to revisit a sand pit.
It depends. I think you do. I think you do Dragon if you're gonna do Calm 3. Sorry, Calm 2.
Oh, yeah, he's already
and then go down to a sand pit and then up to Plasma Beam and finish in Plasma Room. But let's see what he does.
I think this marks the first row completed here. We got Toasty, row 4.
Row 4, all done.
My goodness, nice setting up for he's a little farm spark. I like that a lot.
Yeah, these two are going to finish pretty close, which is really neat because that's what when I try to pick people to be on Restream, it's kind of the number one thing is I want 2 runners that are going to finish close together. I think we're going to get that because
I think so.
Toasty just needs to kill Dragon and pick up the plasma beam. Needs to let's see what else is that. I'll give him row 4 and row 5, and then needs to go get that Meridia Reserve Shank and then do a Shine Spark or a Crystal Flash. Maniacal needs to also get that Plasma Beam. Also needs to finish in a Shine Spark or a Crystal Flash, but needs to pick up those last few missiles.
No, for sure. I think he just has the Precious Missile. Oh, does he have? He has a Sand Pit as well.
He has one more Sand Pit. That's right.
Right. So 2 packs left. We have Maniacal blazing through, heading to Dragon, but Toasty's already there, looking for that little 1-2 punch, little combination. Oh no, he's going quick kill. He doesn't have to do no rain dance.
Yeah, that grapple beam is really nice for this fight.
Grapple beam, that's right, Tracy. That was a nice pickup. It really paid.
And I hope for his sake he gets the goop going in this direction because I swear it's the quick kill. I've seen people do it, but it's impossible. It's just not doable.
Oh, that was.
Yep, Toasty gets the nice quick kill. Maniacal's not gonna have nearly as easy a Dragon fight because he's gonna have to either use Shine Sparks or ammo or some combination thereof. I mean, I guess the optimal Dragon fight is like the 2 in blue. So we'll see if he can pull that off. But he doesn't have a lot of that. That also assumes you have Wave Beam to do like X Factors in the start. So he doesn't have Wave Beam, so he can't do that.
So not a 2 in blue, more like a N in blue. I don't know. It could be more than 2 though. Oh, this is a tough jump, but Toasty making it look so easy without high jump there. But of course, Gravity Suit makes it possible.
Yep.
But yeah, Toasty This has been. It was a kind of a slow burn, but it's really heated up here down the stretch as our runners are just consolidating all of their intelligent moves.
I feel like Bingo is like that because the early part, the runners maybe aren't sure what they're doing. A lot of the tiles are collection tiles, so it's like, okay, what are they doing? You can't quite tell. You don't get them right away because they're doing a whole lot of collection. And then all of a sudden, tiles just start getting filled out fast and furious. So thankfully, we have our tracker Link Force clicking those tiles because you don't want us to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely good to have someone else that's very experienced and really the best bingo tracker we have. So that's the best in the business.
Shout outs to Link Force. Thank you so very much. So, Tracy, I know we do have 15 entrants in this race. We are restreaming Maniacal versus Toasty, but we already have 2 finishers.
Ooh, I was gonna wait until one of these guys finished before we start shouting them out.
Oh, well, then I'll just give a little. I won't say who or what their times are. I don't want to spoil it.
All right, we'll run down the other finishers when we get to when these guys finish on stream.
Oh, for sure. They're right on the cusp here. Right on the cusp.
All right. Toasty making his way into the plasma beam room, and that's all he's going to do is just shine spark or crystal flash. And with this much health, he's shine sparking.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Just can't
oh
forget to
wait,
pick
hang
up
on.
plasma.
Has
Hold
he
on.
has not picked up the Meridian Reserve tank, so this is
Oh,
not the end for him.
this is not the end. It's
This
not
is not
over.
it. Not over.
It ain't
Maniacal
over
still
till it's
has to catch
over.
up. Maniacal is because Maniacal's gonna finish in this room. Um, won't have to even kill these plasma pirates.
Oh my goodness, this is so tight. It's so tense, Tracy. Oh, Toasty thinks he's done. He doesn't have the
He doesn't
reserve.
have the Meridian Reserve.
He doesn't have the Meridia reserve tank.
Um,
He has the Norfair reserve tank. Toasty, no! Say it isn't so! When
yeah,
will he realize?
he hasn't put a done in yet.
No, he hasn't.
He has not. He he doesn't need to do this to kill the actual space pirates. So.
Maybe he's doing it to escape the room because he doesn't have high jump.
Oh, you're right. That is exactly what he's doing.
Oh my gosh.
This is really unfortunate because if he'd gone and gotten that reserve tank first, this would be not necessary because he'd be done. He'd just do the shine spark and be done. Oh wow. I mean, you just need to, this is a very doable shine spark. He could also bomb jump out of here. With the trouble he's having, he might want to switch to that.
He might want to, yeah, but I think Maniacal's got it in the driver's seat. He's just got to get to the same room Toasty's in now, grab that plasma beam, that beautiful plasma beam. Oh,
Okay,
Toasty's
he's out.
escaped. Oh my gosh, a harrowing experience to be told for many, many, many years to come as Toasty's escaped from the plasma
Toasty,
room.
get the reserve tank first next time.
Oh my gosh, yes. But Maniacal is one shine spark away from completing this card. It just got to get the short charge.
Oh, you got it.
So close.
This is only, yeah, this shouldn't be a very difficult short charge, but under pressure, you know?
Oh yeah, we've seen it before, speed zeb skip and those types of things. It's totally different than when you're by yourself, just sitting in your stream room or in your den or wherever you have your stream set up, and you're just like, yeah, I think I'll just practice some speed zeb skip, or I'll practice some short charges in the plasma room. But on the big stage here on SpeedGaming 2, it can be a bit nerve-wracking.
At least Toasty knows where he needs to go.
Yeah,
The question is, where is he gonna shine spark, or is he gonna crystal flash? Now with this much health, I think your better choice is still to shine spark and find a place to do it.
I think you gotta.
Okay, I'm a little surprised Maniacal's having this much trouble with this. He may just give up on it and do it elsewhere.
Yeah,
I think that's what's happening. Because with high jump, it's easy to get out of here.
Oh yeah. But yeah, these two runners are finishing up so close to each other, I feel. Very, very close. Well routed from both of them. Well routed.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, is there a place to do it here? Yeah, probably, maybe, I don't know. If there isn't, we're gonna try and make one. There it is!
Yeah, way to go, Maniacal!
There's that shine spark. Maniacal finishes up with an official race time of 47:54. GG's to Maniacal.
GG's. And Toasty has got that reserve tank, so all he's got to do is finish up.
He needs to do the same thing.
Yeah. No, that was terrific. A terrific race. Still many entrants that are still racing.
Yeah, so we'll run down, while Toasty's finishing up, I'll run down the finishers. We have a real cutie in first place with a 41.33. Right behind him, 20 seconds later, we have Ashdar at a 41.53. Then we have Lomian at 45.02. Polar Bear Bunny at 45.54. And Owl, RTA, he at 47.16. Maniacal with the 47.54. And there goes Toasty, who finishes in 8th place with a 48.48, just behind Magoo, who finished up with a 48.16. So GG's to all our runners.
Yeah, GG's everybody. What an amazing qualifying race. It's been been fun to cast it for sure. So Tracy, is there a par time to beat to qualify?
Yes. So, well, it's not to beat. What we do is we take the first, I believe it'll be three. I'll have to count and double check. Three runners in this case, but we take the top X runners, depending on how big the race is. And we take an average time based on their score, their times, and then we create a score off of that. And yeah, these guys have done pretty good. And I think we do have somebody in chat who's.
Yeah, we got
We got
Maniacal.
Maniacal.
What's
GG's,
going on,
Maniacal.
Maniacal? GG's.
Okay, I can't hear you. I see you
Yeah,
lighting up.
sorry, Maniacal. We see the mic flashing, but
Huh. Is
there,
that better?
Now,
we
there you go.
Okay, well, thank you. Wow. That's a thing that happened today. Not what I was planning on, but there we are.
Okay, take us through your decisions and
Um,
what you were thinking of and what you end up with.
the center tile's really bad.
Yes.
Is sort of my thought process. There wasn't a lot of restriction in terms of what you wanted to do on the card. I didn't want to go back through Brinstar with Speed Booster.
Mhm.
And so that sort of governed a lot of the choices I made. I liked obviously some of the map stations and some of the skip auxiliary beams tiles were immediately attractive. And then there were a bunch of things that played around with like get these energy tanks or do these things. But the Brinstar with speed tile was in there, but so was both Meridia tanks, and
Yep.
it was kind of tough picking where I wanted to be on those because if I want to rule out the Brinstar with speed things, I want to get rid of the 3 Brinstar energy locations, row 1, column 5. I want to get rid of row 5, column 4, the 5 Brinstar E-tanks. Because I don't want to do Waterway, and I don't want to do the Decora Pit.
Right.
Otherwise, it was kind of free. Finishing Metal Pirate Room was very much like out on its own.
Yeah, it really was.
There wasn't a lot going on that synergized with it. And so just like looking at what I could do around that the row 1, column 5 knocks out bottom left, top right. The 5 Brinstar E-tanks in Metal Pirate Room kind of knock out column 3, row 2, column 4, row 5, and that really doesn't leave you a lot of real estate.
Mhm.
So you have, you have really top left, bottom right, column 1, column 2, and row 3 to pick from. And it's possible that I wanted to do top left, bottom right. I don't know if that would have been better than, I don't know.
Yeah, the Brinstar missile recharge station is not nearly as bad as the energy recharge stations, which is you have to get speed booster and you have to get it early.
When I was coming out of Edicoons, I paused before going in the door back toward Pink Brinstar because I was like, do I backtrack and get the missile recharge here, and then go over and pop into Kraid's lair? And when I do Norfair, do I just grab Ice Beam?
Mhm.
And I was thinking about that, and I was just thinking, well, what am I going to do or skip instead? And the likely cut is column 2, where I can skip the getting plasma.
Yes.
And it's possible that getting Ice Beam and doing the Brinstar recharge stations is better than doing column 2. And I kind of missed that in the initial card read. I'm not very good at bingo, as it turns out, as was evidenced by the display today. But
I think you did just fine. But yeah,
this was better than the first 2 qualifiers. I'll say that, because I decided that I was just going to not do Kraid first. I think,
you had a really good Fantoon. Like you took that safety save just in case, but turns out you didn't need it.
Yeah, I generally will take that, especially in something like this where I know that if I get through it reasonably, like I grabbed Charge Beam for the same reason. I was just like, if I miscount a Doppler or there's a flame that I didn't expect or something, then I at least have pseudo screw as a backup or whatever. So like I eat some amount of time, accepting that my wreck ship is pretty bad. For a qualifier, I don't think that the seed difference of a small handful of seeds is going to make a substantive difference in the tournament experience for me. And so I'm willing to just, kind of slog through it, get a slightly lower maybe than I could have earned seed, but to end up in a spot where, I at least am getting to play.
Okay. And then we also have Toasty with us. Toasty, GG's.
GG's, Toasty.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to talk us through your route?
First off, good game, Maniacal. Glad we were both
GG
equally
Toasty.
struggling, hopefully.
Dude, I for the life of me couldn't do a 2-tap short charge. I don't know why. It was the most otherworldly thing. I had to go 3 rooms away where I could just run till my heart's content to Shine Spark. I could not get a charge in the bottom of Plasma Room for no reason.
I wasn't going to bring that up. I've seen you do much harder short charges than that, so make no mistake.
It was hilariously bad. And like after like the 4th time, I was just like, what's going on? Is my dash button broken? Like, what is wrong?
Just bingo does that to the brain.
Yeah, I was just like, all I need to do is short charge.
So Toasty had an interesting. So Toasty, why not pick up the reserve tank before going to Plasma and just ending there?
Oh.
Yeah, I thought about that. I wasn't sure if looping around or getting it after was faster. I actually wasn't sure. I did think about it, and I think that might have been bit of a cleaner finish right there in the Plasma. And
I just figured not having to deal with because you didn't have high jump boots, not having to deal with getting out of there with that Shine Spark or with the. You could have bomb jumped as well, but either way, it's definitely a pain to get out of that room.
Yeah, and I think column 2 would have been a lot better overall. Like, Wave Beam is really nice, but then I would have not had to bother with the reserve tank at all. That would have been very good. Much cleaner finish, I think. But yeah, it's hard. Skipping high jump boots is really bad. I just you gotta pick something. It's so hard.
Oh gosh, you skipped high jump?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
which goals did you do?
Row 4.
You did row 4
5,
instead of your column 2, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
I should have done column 2. It's like right.
Yeah, column 2 seemed fine. I was actually thinking that the right solution to the card's probably row 3, top left, bottom right, column 1.
Yeah, maybe. But Tracy mentioned it on air, Toasty, that you're a Croc devotee, always bet on Croc. So I think you were contractually obligated to go for that square.
That's true. It's like,
just say
Croc?
that's true, whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
No one will know the difference.
Grapple and Croc in one row. It was like, do it.
Did get you the nice quick kill on Dragon, so that certainly must have been satisfying.
Yeah, I like Grapple a lot. Yeah, that is really nice. Yeah. Yeah, good games. This is my first one. I'll try to do 1 or 2 more at least and see how it goes. Thanks, Tracy and Hockey for commentating. Looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, thank you both for being on Restream, especially Maniacal, who was a last-minute replacement for just going ahead and changing things to be on the Restream for us. So definitely big thanks to you, Maniacal.
Yeah, thanks. I was a little surprised. I was like, you want me on Restream for bingo, really? Have you seen me play bingo?
Yes, I have.
It's like Tracy said during the race was that you try to select people for Restream that are very close in times, and Tracy did a great job. There's only
somehow you guys lived up to that billing, finishing in 6th and 8th. So, and less than a minute apart. So that part of it worked out really well.
Made for a really exciting race, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there was as much divergence as there was. So that's pretty cool.
Totally.
But
Yeah.
I guess it's a good way to advertise that like all skill levels are welcome for the bingo tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. We got
True.
people still
Yeah,
going, so you know.
Yeah,
Come one, come all to the triple bingo tournament qualifiers.
Triple bingo is a hilarious format, but I feel like the nature of the balance of the cards really, really pushes wreck ship early.
Yeah, I think it does.
Like double anti-bingo was already that way, and just like the number of goals that you have to hit in triple bingo, like I'm not a new route runner. I'm, not going to turn into a new route runner with the amount of work I'm willing to put into it in a handful of weeks. And so I just accept that there is a substantial part of the field that I'm going to be 4 minutes behind every single race. But it's still fun. I have a good time with it.
I mean, in the end, that's the important part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Almost always go down and just try to make it work.
Yeah, the first two qualifiers, I went down and did Kraid first. This was probably my third, but probably my final qualifier, because I don't think I'll be able to make the ones next week work.
Mhm.
And I was just like, okay, well, I've got two admittedly pretty bad qualifiers in, and I'm just going to hope to do better in this one. I think I did. I think that based on the fact that like the first few times are higher in this one, the par time's going to be higher and the weighted score is going to be higher.
I think that's what's going to happen too.
This wasn't a fast card for anybody, and so that worked out.
I mean, Cutie and Azure are often top finishers in these, but they often sub 35, and they both are in the 41 range. So
Exactly.
I think that tells you everything you need to know about the speed of this card.
I mean, collect all 40 Meridian missiles in the
center square
tile is kind of all you need to know about the card.
I think that's a fair statement.
If it was anywhere else on the card, it would have been fine.
Yeah, literally, there are 24 fine spots and one bad one for it. And lo and behold.
I'll tell you something. When I roll these cards, I have to be very careful not to look at them when I roll them, because if I see a tile like that, I might just throw it out, because I have to verify all the, well, not all of them. We have volunteers to help out, but we do verify all the runners' races, just to make sure that no one, because we don't have a cheating issue here, but we do have an issue of people forgetting something by accident.
Yeah,
that can happen in bingo. So
going through my head, I was like, which ones are the Meridian missiles? I was just like, okay, just go get what you need and then just do like Hundo Meridia. and you'll get them all.
Great strategy. I love it.
All right. Anything else either of you want to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Just GG Toasty, and thanks for swapping me into the restream late. I'm glad we were able to make it a fun to watch race.
Yeah, thanks, Maniacal. Good game, and good luck. You
Likewise.
Qualify.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you in some of the other qualifiers. I of course probably won't be in them. That will have no effect on your experience in them, I have a feeling, because I was not contributing to par in any of these.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yeah, you too, Toasty and Maniacal. Thank you so much, and again, GG's.
All right, we do have the race actually is finished, so we have in 9th place we had Bonus finishing up with a 50.46, Diddy Kong at 10th place with a 52.10, Mr. Cab with a 1 hour and 8 seconds, Papa Schmo with a 1 hour and 22 seconds, and 13th, our final finisher, at 101.47. So GG's to all of our runners. But yeah, otherwise that's going to do it for us. I want to thank everybody, first of all, Hockey Towner, for joining me. Always a pleasure on comms. You're always fun to com with. So
thank you, Tracy.
definitely happy we got to do this. Our runners, Maniacal and Toasty, for putting on a really good show. So that was very enjoyable to watch. Our tracker, Link Force, always the MVPs of our tournaments, because tracking is hard, and Link Force does it very, very well. And I also want to shout out Diesel Pilot, who set us up and was learning on the fly, but in the end did a great job. And and really all the Speed Gaming staff, we couldn't do it without all of you. So thank you to everybody. And Hockey, I'll let you close us out.
All right, well, thank you so very much, Tracy. It was an absolute pleasure to do this qualifying race 4 for the Super Metroid Triple Bingo Tournament right here on Speed Gaming. And on behalf of all the people behind the scenes at Speed Gaming and all the tournament organizers, this is the Hockey Towner signing off and wishing you all a wonderful today and a better tomorrow.